Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to follow up with you guys, touch base. I'm getting really excited. It's getting closer and closer and closer to our transfer date. Just wanted to give you an update as I promised. What we have is our Lupron, which you guys have seen over and over again. It's just a little tiny shot for 10 IUs of that. I've been taking that this whole entire month, and actually on Friday was my first day that I needed to take our daily aspirin, the S-Trace, which is a little blue pill, morning and night, then the Vival patches, which I'll show you in the next clip. It's just these little strips. Honestly, looks like the teeth whitening strips that you just put on your stomach, and then that's it, and then the Lupron shot. So it's been really easy compared to the egg retrieval process. So have my calendar here. I'm not going to share with you the transfer date, as my husband and I really just want to, soak everything in and just have some time to ourselves. But I will be revealing what our transfer date was, and hopefully good news shortly thereafter. So I wrote, I have some notes here, so sorry looking down, but I wrote some things that I wanted to talk about today, just 4 things that I wish I knew before starting this IVF process. So let's get started. So number 1 is anticipate more appointments than what you think they're going to be. So it took me 5 or 6 months just to do all the pre-testing for the IVF cycle. HSG tests, blood work, ultrasounds, a whole bunch of things. So just anticipate, if you're starting this IVF journey, that it's going to probably take a little bit longer to get started. You have to do all the testings before. So once your egg retrieval or IVF cycle starts, you are going to be going into the doctor's office a lot more than what you probably think. There was a point at the end of my egg retrieval, so like the last 2 weeks, I was going into the office, I want to say, if not every single day, then every other day, whether that be for blood work or for checkups or ultrasounds or, additional testing that they may need to do. You're going to either have time off of work or do what I did. I put all of my appointments. I had a 7:30 appointment, which was the earliest that they took the appointments, 7:45, so I could go to these appointments before I had work. So that is number 1. I recommend keeping an open mind and knowing that you are going to have a lot more appointments than what you think. Okay, number 2 is check your insurance. I actually had a friend that went through this process before, and she told me to go ahead and call my insurance before I even started the IVF process, and I am so happy I did, guys, because my insurance personally, my husband and I's insurance, pays for 80%, so we're so blessed to have that. The IVF cycle can be anywhere between $10,000 after it's all done, or $10,000 to, I want to say, $18,000, depending on where you're going and what type of procedure you are doing. So check your insurance, give them a call, see what they pay for, what they don't pay for, any options, that payment plans that you may have. Super, super helpful. Okay, so number 3 is going to be the biggest one, I think, or close to the biggest one. My 4th one's probably the biggest one. But realize when you're doing your egg retrieval that it is quality of embryos or quality of eggs over quantity. So if you're like me, you've been watching YouTube videos, you've been doing your research, and there are women who get, less amount of eggs, women who get a lot of eggs. Really just hone in on your body, be positive about the situation, and just know that the quality of your eggs, the quality of your embryos are more important than having this make-believe number. So I don't know, just throwing a number out there, not good or not bad, but I had it in my mind, okay, I wanted 25 eggs, to then I thought, hey, I'd probably get 6 that actually fertilized and were frozen for ready for transfer, and that didn't happen for me. I had a high number. I had actually 18 eggs retrieved, and I have 4 little embryos, so it's a huge blessing. A lot of women, they can get 5 eggs and only have 1, or end up with 0 actual frozen embryos. So just be thankful for what you have, and realize that it's the quality of the eggs or quality of embryos that really matter. And number 4 is the most important one, is your attitude. Be positive. Surround yourself with people that you love and love to be around. I think there's a lot of content out there, especially on YouTube, that, you know, they're showing video clips of getting, you know, their shots and how bad they hurt, and, you know, not to say that any of that is bad, but there's a lot more negative, I feel, out there about IVF than positive. So I'm hoping my my videos can really encourage somebody to be positive, and no matter what the outcome, enjoy the process. This, for us, this is how we are making our child. So everybody has a different way. A lot of people can do it naturally, and I praise God for that. But I want to focus on, I encourage you to focus on this process, this IVF process, being positive and really enjoying your experience. So that's my 4 suggestions of things that people didn't tell me, and maybe things to think about before you start your IVF cycles. So next, I wanted to show you some of the medication that I am on. Keep in mind, I had done my egg retrieval, and now I'm on to my IVF transfer cycle. So this is some of the things that you may or may not need. I know everyone's cycle is a little bit different. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you. I have like 5 of these, and they're completely full, guys. So just know to keep these. Something that nobody told me was, if you go on Pinterest or even some YouTube videos, they show a cute little photo with, you know, a little onesie or what have you, and then a heart of, you know, all of the medications and the needles and things around. I really, really love that, and I'm hoping to do that. So I know some of you guys might think it's weird, but I've been keeping all of my injections, my pills, all that stuff, so I can make that picture one day. So keep those. Another thing you're going to need is your estradiol. This is 2 milligram tablets. You take it in the morning and at night. So I'm going to order you some of those. My doctor has me on the estradiol patches as well. I put 2 of these on my body, and they are for 3 days. For me, I'm not sure if you guys have tried them before, but for me, they're really easy to put on. It's just when I leave them on for the 3 days that they're required to be on, the edges of them kind of like get all ripply and like discolored and stuff. So yeah, I just put mine on my stomach. I think the next time I do it, which is in the 3 days from now, since I just put it on this morning, I'm gonna try my legs and see, like, my thigh, if that's a little bit better. So this is what you have. Then your beautiful Leuprolide. This is you're taking every single day, or at least I take it every day. So that's what it looks like. And this stuff does not hurt. You're using a small, tiny needle compared to everything else you've gone through and you're going through. This is nothing. So I don't mind this one at all, but it's every day for me, taking that. And then coming up, I am going to be taking this progesterone gel. And it comes in these little packets. They look like this. So it comes in little packets, and this is vaginally. So I think I start that in the next week and a half, I want to say. And then they give you, so this is, I have this little holder here, because it's something I've done since the beginning. I don't like medicine and things all over my house, so I just bought this at Five Below, I believe. And it just allows everything to be in one place, organized. So do that if you feel like that will help. Another thing I got was lidocaine cream. I did request this from my doctor. They didn't give it to me. My mom's a nurse practitioner, as you guys probably know by now. And when I do my progesterone and oil shots, this is going to come in handy. So if your doctor didn't give this to you, ask them for it. This is 2.5% and 30 grams in here. So I'm excited to be able to have this. Then they order you, this is your injections for your Lupron. It just has an orange cap, so you have plenty of those. Then getting into your progesterone in oil, which I have here. I'm just gonna open this up here. So I have 2 of these, and these are 500 milligrams of my progesterone oil, which I haven't taken yet. It's the last, I do take it for the last week, and for me, my doctor said all the way throughout my pregnancy up to 12 weeks. So I'm going to be taking a lot of this, and with the progesterone, you have 20 gauge needles, I want to say. These bad boys are intense. I'm not really looking forward to them, but they are pretty big. So you have plenty of needles, and this, I mean, I'll put all this stuff back just so you guys can see. I like, once again, keeping my stuff all together, and I just put it in one of my cupboards, but you can see this, it is full with medication, and this is just medication for the IVF transfer cycle. I had a whole bunch. If you want to see one of my videos below, I'll try to put it into the description if I remember, of all my medication I needed for the egg retrieval. So I think this video is long enough. Just remember the 4 things I mentioned before. Just know you're gonna have a lot more appointments than you think. Check your insurance to see, you know, what they pay for before you go into your IVF cycle. No quality over quantity when you're getting your eggs. You want healthy embryos, and a positive attitude is everything. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.